Well, students, we're going to keep working on these trees. The first thing I'd like you to do is to use your pencil to draw your bark on your tree. Now, bark can be a lot of different types of lines. You could do like knots or circles or spiral shapes. You could do curvy lines. You could have lines that just continue on both sides of your tree. Maybe I'm going to do another spiral or a knot in the wood here, or in the bark. And I'm just going to continue. I'm going to make sure to get bark going onto the branches too. Sometimes students forget that part, so I don't want to forget to get bark over here as well. And then you can put some details up at the top over here. And I like to have some of the bark kind of start from the tree and then come up the branches. Just kind of makes it look like it's connected a little bit more. Once you have your bark on your tree, then I would like you to start your background. I like to put the horizon line on it. So the horizon line is going to be pretty high on the page. Often I'll double line it too. So maybe I'm going to have like a hilly line here, and it's going to stop when it gets to the tree. And then I'm going to put another hilly, or maybe it could be a mountainous line or something that's on top of that, just to give it a little bit more detail. Once you have your horizon line on there, I would like you to think about background details. It really could be anything from doing maybe some trees that are far away that could be small. Maybe it's doing some hills. I'm gonna put another tree over here. It's far away. I might have some zigzag lines for grass. I think I might do maybe a little pond or a river or something here. Put some wavy lines in that. Then I'm going to think about maybe adding some bigger things that are closer. Maybe I'm going to do some flowers and maybe add another one over here. Maybe this is going to be like a tulip shape or something. Maybe some more zigzag lines or some hilly lines. I don't know. And then over here, maybe I'm going to have a larger tree to go with this other tree, kind of using that same Y shape we had talked about. And then make some leaves that could go around that. Maybe get some bark and things on here. Zigzag lines, maybe some more hills or grasses and things. When you have your land done, then you could think about doing details in your sky. If you're gonna add some wind, let's see, maybe a bird flying by, maybe just like a little bit of detail on your clouds. Once you have that, I do like to put a few zigzag lines down at the bottom for this grass. When you're done with that, then I will give you a marker. With your marker, we're going to trace out any of this pencil line. So I'm going to trace out the bark. So anything you draw with pencil, I would like you to trace. Now, something that I didn't draw with pencil that you can draw with your marker would be some lines that are on the leaves. So here you can see that I didn't, I'm just pretending that we did all the marker here. These lines, I can make 3 on this side. I get to start on that line here. And then I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3. You can see that it's just gonna stay on the little overlapped part. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's not gonna go on to the red part. 1 in the middle, 1, 2, 3. You could do more than that, you could do 4. But if you have a leaf that doesn't have that smaller overlap on it, then you can just put lines on it anyway. So here, you just put a line right down the middle here, and then I could put my lines on it. This one's probably gonna have room for 4 because it's bigger. So you don't have to do that part with pencil. You can do this part right with a marker. Then I would continue working. getting all my bark done. Then I would come down here, do all of this pencil line. I would do all of my horizon line. If there's pencil that you miss, then I do want you to just erase it. I'm gonna show you this one that's done on black paper, because if you do black paper, you're gonna have two things happening. You're gonna need your regular pencil to draw this stuff. You can see I drew all of my bark. I already did that with marker. You would do a regular pencil to do your horizon line, your grass and your details and stuff. But then you're gonna use your marker to trace out all of your bark and your lines that would be on this bright colored paper. But I'm also gonna need to give you a white pencil for the black paper, because obviously black marker is not gonna show up on black paper. So I would give you a black marker for the bark and for the grass, and I would give you a white pencil for the background details. So that's why, so you would have another material that you would use. Now, if for some reason, I don't think many of us will, but just in case, if you do get all of it traced out like this, and you have all of your details in your land, you have all the pencil line done with marker and it's traced, I would like you to do some erasing, and the one part that I would like you to work on today would be to give this bark some color. So I'm gonna use a lighter brown to start, and I would just take this and I'm just gonna trace this to give this a little bit of texture. But instead of using just one color, I might use this lighter color on this side of the bark, and I would do all of them. And then I might use a darker brown. I might use a red brown. And then I'm gonna put this on the other side. So instead of one color, I'd like you to use two colors just to give it a little bit of shading, a little bit of detail. My job, if you do get to this part, is not to color the tree. Your job would be to trace around that marker line with either like a light brown, kind of a peach or a tan color, and then pick another color of brown. It could be this red brown, it could be a really dark like chocolate brown, but I would make sure to use two colors. That's the only part that I would like you to work on with color today. We'll talk about working on the land next time. You can see I got a little bit of marker color on the marker line. So please go a little bit slower than I did, so I'm not covering that all up. So we will have a lot more work time on these, but this is where we can at least begin with color today. All right, let's have fun working on these.